Hey everybody, Josh from CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com. Today we're in Malibu hiking to Sandstone Peak. The hike to Sandstone Peak is 6 miles and it's one of my favorite hikes in the LA area, reaching the tallest point of the Santa Monica mountain range. Here's all the information on doing this hike yourself. As you plan your time and you make your way to the trailhead, note that it takes about an hour to get here just from Santa Monica. The drive does have beautiful coastal views on Highway 1 and then great mountain views when you turn off of the highway. Also, you can stop by Circle X Ranch if you want to check in with the rangers or get more information on the trail. We're in Malibu today. It's a Tuesday morning and there's only a couple cars in the parking lot and we're heading out to Sandstone Peak. We're setting out on the Sandstone Peak trail. We're gonna go to the Mishe Mokwa trail. We're gonna hit Tri-Peaks and then we're gonna come back to Sandstone Peak and then come back down. Once you start the trail, there are two distinct ways you can go. One is a no-joke uphill right to the peak, and the other is a long, meandering walk with a gradual uphill and some fun views. This is the way that I normally take, as it builds as you make your way to the peak. It is a beautiful day up here today. We got nice cloud cover, so it's not too hot, and clear views. I think it's gonna be pretty awesome when we get up there. That is Sandstone Peak right there. So we reached a split. If you only have limited time, take the Sandstone Peak hike that way. It's like straight up, but it'll get you to the peak way faster. We have a lot of time though, so we're taking the Mishe Mokwa trail and we are going that way. The area is still recovering after a massive fire in November of 2018. You can see all of the plant life that was destroyed in the fire, but a lot of it is starting to come back. You guys, check out how clear it is today. I'm gonna switch to my zoom lens, but you can see all the way over to the San Gabriels. The trail is about 6.5 miles round trip with about 1,000 feet of elevation gain, plus a little bit more if you choose to do the second peak. We're about a mile into the trail and we reached our first point of interest, Balancing Rock. Balancing Rock. The trail is getting more and more beautiful. We're continuing that direction. There's so many beautiful views along this portion of the trail, looking down into the canyon and across to Balance Rock. That is why I love the Mishe Mokwa portion of the trail. I'm guessing that must be a good climbing area. There's a bunch of people down there. I guess there's a trail on the other side that takes you over to the rock, but we're not doing that on this trip. Note that with all the fire damage, there's no shade on this entire trail. So if you come in the summer, it's gonna be really hot. I must have jinxed myself. We've been in the shade all day, and right when I recorded that clip, sun came out. So check out these trees. It looks kind of like they are completely dead and burnt, but I think it might only be the outside because it looks like they got a bunch of leaves and stuff on them, so super interesting. We made it to point of interest number 2, Split Rock. This is Split Rock. It is big enough I can fit my entire body in it. Super crazy, it's December and there's fall colors on some of these plants under the trees. Yep, there is a trail to Balance Rock, but it is not maintained. On to this direction. Also note that the area near Split Rock is one of the only areas with bigger trees, and it's a great place to take a break and have lunch if you want to do that. We're a little over 2 miles in, just past Split Rock. Now the uphill is starting. It's not too bad, but it's definitely tougher than what we've been doing. Not sure, but that may be our first peak. We were correct earlier. That is the first peak, Tri-Peaks. Apparently it's called that because there's looks like 3 boulders at the top. We reached a junction right here, and it's about a ½ mile extra each way to go to the Tri-Peaks, or you can just go to Sandstone Peak, which is about a mile that direction. We're gonna do the Tri-Peaks first though. Do note that while it's only a ½ mile, it is rocky and it is straight up. Looks like we're heading around that way to the top. Wow, look at these views. Channel Islands all the way out in the distance. Tri-Peaks is one of the highest points in the Santa Monica Range at 3,009 feet, only a few feet shorter than Sandstone Peak right across the way. From here, you'll get great views out west towards Ventura and Oxnard with the Channel Islands in the background if it's clear. If you have the energy to come up here, you should definitely do it. You can see all the way out to the Channel Islands in that direction, and then all the way back over to Sandstone Peak in this direction, which is actually a pretty cool view as well. After climbing Tri-Peaks, we headed back to the main trail and continued on to Sandstone Peak. Came all the way down from that section, and we're going back up somewhere over there. From here, the trail basically just follows a dirt road all the way to the base of the peak. This back area is so cool. There's all sorts of great views, both going that way and looking towards the ocean. We are almost there. Just one more steep section and then up to the peak. We're about to go up the last hill, but we had to pull off because check out this view. I'm sure it's gonna be even better when we get to the peak. This was my 3rd time hiking this trail, and honestly, it's the best I've ever seen it. The views were just incredible and the weather was really nice. I highly recommend doing this in the late winter, early spring. According to All Trails, this is the split that takes us up to the summit. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. This is definitely more of a scramble than a trail, so it might be better just to go around. Yeah, so don't do what we did. According to this, the Backbone Trail goes that way, and I guess maybe it just loops around. It's probably a lot easier than the scramble Jared and I just did. And there are 2 trails here. I thought it was the one to the right, but apparently you need to look for this, and that is the way that you go. And it's a pretty steep set of stairs. Once you make it to the stairs, it's only a little bit further to get to the summit. We made it to the summit of Sandstone Peak. Check out these views. It's freaking incredible up here. Sandstone Peak is the highest point in the Santa Monica mountain range at just over 3,100 feet. From the summit, you get amazing views of Catalina Island, Malibu, and even some parts of Los Angeles in the distance. The summit also has a marker for W. Herbert Allen, who donated the land for Circle X Ranch and some of the Boy Scout campgrounds in the area. Summit register, and a cool little plaque. What do you think, Jared?
I think it's really cool because you're on a single point at the top of the peak. It's like you are on the highest point. It's pretty cool.
After taking in all the views, the only thing left is to hike about a mile downhill with 1,000 feet of elevation loss back to the parking lot. Thanks so much for hiking to Sandstone Peak with us. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.